Okay, so let's kind of spread it out a little bit, okay, for my beliefs. So I believe that life is like a matrix, right? Life is more like a video game. The remote is your brain, your feelings is the roadmap. So there's levels, there's characters, literally life has everything a video game has, including that software, including everything that you can access with your awareness. Um, so, individually speaking of these things, and life being this video game, and us going through all these levels and all these tests, like, there is certain things that we go through that were based off our soul contract. All of these tests kind of prepare us for the life that we asked for, the life that we agreed to when before coming here. 111. Um, there's a lot that I admire about Dolores, which is a lot of the things that she has said resonate with me, and a lot of the things that Morg also said. The writer of Path of Shadows. I'll write it down in the description. That's one of my favorite books, by the way. Like, if you're going through this healing journey, and I know that a lot of us do not want to accept our shadow self, but like this book really helped me accept that side of me and kind of like open up with it and kind of explore it. Obviously, for me, keeping it balanced was always the way, but yeah, just throwing it out there. But back to the whole test thing. All of these tests, all of these tower moments, all of these situations that life puts on our path, um, they're helping us grow. They're helping us evolve. They're helping us see certain things that we are missing. They're helping us learn how to appreciate things too. They're allowing us to live that human experience that we agreed to have. And I think the hardest part about this human experience is when you hit that breaking point that you don't want to go beyond that. You don't want to do the healing. You don't want to do the evolution. You don't want to do any of it. Like, you just basically feel so down that you don't want to be a part of the matrix anymore. You either shut down your feelings, your emotions, like you are literally in depressed mode. I saw 0303. Um, your soul weighing very heavily, sleeping a lot, oversleeping, and stuff like that. Like, all of these things, I know that they're hard to get out of. There is a lot that we go through during our life, our experience, and obviously, like, we come here for that human experience, and a lot of the times we do not understand 333. But it's not our job to understand everything, because not everything is a part of our story. Our story is what we have to focus on, because if not, we're going to overwhelm ourselves, because the world is full of good and bad, and obviously balance, but and a lot of the times we do not understand that other people have their own life. They have their own past karma. They have 0404. They have their own karma from this life, from past lives, from a lot of things. And I know that it's one of those points of views that a lot of people won't agree on, but I don't care. It's my world, my beliefs, and a lot of the people, that's what they don't agree with, because I believe in everything being like a matrix. Like, I understand that everybody has feelings, and I understand that everybody has emotions. The same for, like, you guys to understand that everybody does have these feelings and these emotions. Like, not everybody is just a character. But what I mean about, like, certain people being just characters are all of those 444, all of those people who are actually asleep, those who are only here to hurt people, all of those who are in the darker spectrum of everything, because of the life that they live, they evolved that way. And we obviously have no reason to judge them the same way we don't want to be judged, right? So I believe that even they have their own purpose. They also help bring that balance. They restore balance also and chaos, because the world cannot just be one thing. Like, I mean, it would be amazing if everything was, peace and love and all that shit, but like it's not, because we're not in heaven or on the other side. Like, we came here for this human experience. We came here to learn. We came here for the hard life. Like, I know that there's going to be ups and downs, and even though we are very heavily protected, like, everybody has a beginning and everybody has an ending, but the only thing that we can control is what we do in this time in between, how we perceive life, how we choose to live it, how our perspective is. Confirmation. I saw 555. And just kind of take it one day at a time. I said, um, the only way to learn how to control your life and learn how to manifest all these experiences or new experiences, or rewrite your soul contract with your awareness, and like manifest things in also with your awareness. Like, literally, your brain is the remote for the life that you want, the life that you envision, the life of your dreams. And your feelings, those are the roadmap. Those are the things that tell you, does this feel good to me? Am I in the right place? Is my soul aligned with this experience, with this person, with this job, with this friend, with this partner? Like, everything has to be aligned with you, who you are, whether you're on the dark spectrum or the lighter spectrum. Like, that's, whether we like it or not, that's the only way we can get further and keep evolving into a better version of who we are. You are not aligned with your true purpose, with what's right for you, what's right for your soul, and you start feeling heavy and you start feeling drained, and then your health starts showing symptoms as well. Like, you can either start getting sick, um, and let's hope that doesn't happen, because if you don't correct these things, then the severe sicknesses come, like bad things come, and then that's kind of like your wake-up call. Like, there's something in your life that you had to also fix. Karma will always show you if you're on the good side of things or in the bad side of things, according to what is right, because not everything you want is right. I know that we have freedom of choice, but it's not really freedom of choice. It's basically your freedom of making the choice, whether it's the right choice or the wrong choice. But you still have that freedom, but there's still right and there's still wrong. um and there's still rewards and there's still consequences. So that is our freedom of choice. 8 or 11. That's what I kind of was so mad about when I was an atheist, that like, if we have so much freedom of choice, like, where's that freedom? Because everything I chose was like getting me worse karma. But the thing was that I was choosing like bad things. I was choosing a dark side. I was choosing violence. I was choosing like really bad things that I shouldn't have messed with, that I should have not explored, especially like at a young age, and stuff like that. Alcohol being one of them, um, amongst other stuff. But you learn how to control these situations. But like I said, all of these experiences were part of my soul contract, and I lived a hard life at the beginning, like I said, because I needed to get everything out of the way. 0909. But that's how basically if you kind of like leveled up, or if you're still repeating the same cycles, because you start noticing that if you're repeating the same cycles, like the same test keeps popping up. It could be like, for example, you having a fight with a friend, and then you notice that that friend and you fell off, but then you make a new friend, and then you start having the same problems with that new friend like you did with your old friend. And it's kind of like repeating a whole cycle. If this happens, it just basically means that you keep failing that test, and that Same problem is that test, and you need to learn how to correct it, fix it, or how to evolve from it, how to grow from it, to, I don't know, learn something from it, because it's trying to teach you something if it keeps repeating itself and it's trying to catch your attention. 10 10. In my beliefs, in my world, um, I believe that we go through different types of deaths before we. Okay, it's kind of complicated for me. I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can without really sounding so out there. Um, but okay, let's, hypothetically speaking, for those of you who do not believe in this, that my beliefs were real and there were different alternate realities or other universes where another us exists, another version of who we are. Whether we look the same or not, like it's part of who we are, right? And if one realm, we 1111, we die, then our soul doesn't die. It just switches to the next realm. But since we are conscious, like we don't really notice it until we switch to the next realm and we notice changes in the next realm. Like certain foods are not the same, certain foods don't taste the same. Materials, your house, your objects, your things that you remember, people you remember, or people that looked familiar but you don't even know, stuff like that, or like certain tips that let you know that you switched realities. Um, in my world, I believe that if you died in one world, obviously they're gonna mourn you, but you don't even know that because you already moved on to the next one where you continue these tests at the current age that you pass. So you keep, growing and everything. So when you hit that older age, um, when it's time for that physical death, like no more realities, you already went through all of them, you already lived that time that we needed. Um, and then you go back to the other side where our ancestors are, where, you know, um, the universe is, source, everything. You go back to source that you might call heaven, whatever you decide to call it. Like, whenever you hit that part, then that switches also. Like, that's a different realm, but like a whole complete different, like, universe. And it has, like, it has the opportunity to allow you to choose whether or not you want to have that human experience again and redo certain tests, what type of life you want to have, what type of tests you want to have, what type of people you want in your life, what kind of people you want to be the ones to deliver this type of karma. Because I believe that every single person that I've encountered, that I've learned from as well, like I still have deep love for everybody. 1331, like, even like for every single person that came into my life and left, like I still hold them very dear to my heart. Why? Because they all taught me a very important lesson about myself, about my healing, about evolve. I was gonna say evolution and evolving at the same time, but my brain won't fucking agree on one. But you know what I mean. Believe that once you're on the other side, you can choose to be part of the spirit team and just not come back and be one of those guides that, are helping the rest of the souls that are here. Like in my mind, I visualize like our spirit team, the ones playing the video games, and us being like the little characters, and them being only in control of certain things. Like they could, I saw 411 for some reason, but it's not even like that. What the hell? Okay. But it was, I think, 421, which was my birthday, but I don't know why I saw 411. Nada que ver. But like for some reason, like I picture like our spirit team playing these video games against like other people's spirit teams, right? But they're only in charge of like things that happen around us, And like the only way they can access other players is if those players hurt you, and then it gives you those points because they're doing something they're not supposed to. You know what I mean? And then your spirit team can go ahead and like do certain things to them. Like that's how it works in my mind. So they're watching us, like at all times and making sure that they're playing and things are getting done and they're rebuilding, whatever the blessings, the security, like stuff like that, like them working together and everything just for you, for us. So that's a little glimpse of my beliefs and where I'm at with life, manifesting, death. I hope I covered every area. So, yeah.